pre-show?
I had a few ideas. So firstly, I know you wanted to hype episodes 15 and 16, so you could talk about what's coming up as well. I was thinking we could talk about the invasion mechanic and its implementation. So this is the pre-show is just like a chance just to like have a bit of fun, talk about some fun stuff, or talk about some stuff that didn't quite make the cut into the actual podcast because we only have 2 hours. But I was thinking about talking about the invasion mechanic, its implementation, how we like Beyond so far, Beyond and Rampage. I've seen a lot of discussion on that just recently on Reddit, for example. I had one other idea, but I can't remember what it was. These are like ideas I had like while I was dreaming last night. So
Usually it's shower thoughts, but
Yeah.
I kind of like have this half sleep, half too excited for the podcast. I can't really sleep, so I end up coming up with ideas for the podcast during like the night before. I got like 4 hours of sleep.
all right, let's
But
do it.
those are my ideas so far.
Willie, be honest, man. I want to hear it. What the hell do you think of
Mhm.
Beyond?
Beyond, I think it's fun. Like it adds a little bit extra, content in the game. You just don't, you steamroll most white mobs and rares if you have a solid build. And with the Beyond mobs, you have to make sure you have the fire resist, the cold resist. There's a little bit extra to think about, and some of them are quite hard. And every now and then a boss pops up, and it gets super exciting. And I don't know, it's just extra stuff to do and makes it a little bit harder. So I like it. And the bosses, especially like I fought, is it Abixoth, and that was like just it's like it's Ziri all over again. It was so much fun. So yeah, overall I love it. Extra loot, extra XP. It's nice.
Man, I rate, like, I was telling my stream this, like, Beyond, I would give like a 7 out of 10 right now. It's not, I mean, it's just a
I mean, it's
loot.
not that hard. So like Invasion was extremely hard in the beginning. So they nailed that this time. They actually seem to scale it up a little bit, haven't they?
Yep.
In the beginning, it
I feel
wasn't
like
that
people
hard.
are ripping
Now-
more in Beyond though. Than
Yeah.
we're in
Because Invasion, they just ran by the boss. They're like, nope, not happening. And
Yeah.
Beyond, you like, okay, these guys aren't too bad, and then you get shit on.
Mm.
It's like, I like the fact that they added new mobs rather than just the standard 7 mobs over and over. They added like the Molten Strikers, the Cold, like the Glacial Hammer guys, the Storm Callers, one of each element they added. So it was kind of cool.
Yeah, expanding it's good that they are working on that. I think it's grown on me over time. I remember you guys probably remember last podcast. I wasn't really that keen on the whole way it played out in the whole system, but I think it's gotten better, and I think most people agree that like as your character gets stronger, it's more enjoyable. Like it's hard. Like some of the mobs are difficult. You actually have to like kite them or position, or you actually have to think about them instead of just face rolling, like Billy said with most stuff. So you do actually have to think about each mob, and it kind of changes the tempo a bit. You like face rolling, face roll, face rolling. Oh, sword bros, puncture, pull back a little bit, pull back a little bit. All right, go again. That's it. Kind of has that little bit of a tempo pace change to it. So no, it's growing on me. I like Xeno's 7 out of 10 rating. I think that's a reasonable
People are saying
rating
I
for it.
sound like a robot.
Yeah, you
Oh, you're
were.
good now. Skype just did
Sometimes
for a sec.
Skype, you're fine.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
It was briefly.
Yeah, but it's cool. Like, back in the day, you used to run through, let's say, mud flats or something, and you would just go straight for the objective, open the submerged passage, and just go. And now, you got the ambush boxes have been added into games, so you might like stop for a minute for that. You got the exiles that show up every now and then you have the masters. They might have a quest for you, and then you spawn maybe like a beyond boss or something. Adds a little bit extra time, so you end up spending
Yeah.
like 10 minutes maybe in a zone you would just like run through. So
Yeah.
Never thought
adds
about it
just
that
a
way.
bit more flavor.
I noticed that heaps while leveling, that just there's so much more depth to the zones. You spend so much longer in each zone. You'd spend like, half an hour in a docks because of all the stuff going on in there instead of just like breezing through it and resetting. That
Yeah, now
definitely
you got
happens.
the invasion bosses too. Have you had any problems with them? They don't seem too bad now.
Well,
Maybe spine snap
Yep.
sometimes.
the Chaos Leaper, that's
Kinda
it.
Sketchy.
I didn't really have any problems with them. I thought the ones they added were, apart from Spine Snap, were pretty cruisy. I didn't really notice them too much. But yeah,
It's
it's
mostly because
something
I-
else to remember.
I run with like -60 I don't have flesh, purity of flesh, so.
Yeah, the spine sniper is scary
but-
for sure, and that zone was already a little bit scary. So.
Serious. Yeah.
Yeah.
Pox, man, you need to wake the hell up.
No, I'm good.
You're
I'm
like,
good.
yeah,
I'm
that's
just-
pretty good.
No, I don't worry. I still have like 30 minutes, so I can stop myself a couple times in 30 minutes.
Is that Arizona tea? They got that stuff over there in Norway?
What?
Is that Arizona iced tea?
No, it's Rockstar
Oh, it's a
Energy
Rockstar.
drink.
It looked just like the
green apple.
man.
First
oh,
time I'm trying it. It's good. It's good. But Rockstar usually has like no, what's it called? No like it's not a fizzy drink. It's just like lemonade.
Fizzy
I don't know
bubbly.
if I like that. Yeah, fizzy bubbly.
Well,
They're okay.
So let's hype up the next episode. What do you say? In case you guys didn't know, tuned in for episode 15, we have Carl and Rory coming on. We had Chris on episode 5 and 10, but Carl and Rory will be coming on for 15. These are the guys, the masters of the skill tree, the skill gems, all the stuff you always ask. And Chris is like, "This is a better question suited for Carl and Rory." Well, here they are. So I am so pumped.
I'm sure anyone else who's ever like spent any time talking to him can confirm that when you like ask Colin Rory about a skill gem or a passive thing or some sort of metagame question, they'll just go on and on about it forever. They'll have like the most in-depth discussion with you. I chat to Rory all the time. Like when I asked him about Tornado Shot, he's just so excited just to talk about the mechanics of the skills. Like when we were testing it, people were trying this, and we're interested to see what people do with this. And like they're just so passionate and like into meta discussion about gems and stuff. So it's it'll be pretty exciting to have them on. I think it's gonna be awesome.
Should be fun.
Should be some interesting discussion there.
Added little bonus, they will be on webcam too. None of that still picture
Ooh.
nonsense. Oh yes.
The faces of GGG. Boy Puddle sends his regards. Oh man, we should probably mention
Boy Puddle.
the new Path of Exile streamer. Sadly, well, first we'll start off with the bad news. Sadly, beloved Path of Exile caster and streamer Man Ocean has quit Path of Exile. He reached 200 subscribers and then decided that was enough money for him, so he just GTFO'd. And then, but now his counterpart Boy Puddle has overtaken. So he did an on-stream shaving, and he not the same person anymore. It's just not the same. Have you guys seen the new Boy Puddle?
Yeah, I've seen it.
It was quite funny.
Boy
Actually,
Puddle.
I'm straightening my hair in 5 more subs. I still don't know how I'm gonna do this on stream, but
Straightening your hair.
So it'll be
Yeah.
Poxan.
I have to wear a dress
It'll be
next
Fox
pre-show.
Anderson.
I have to be in a yellow dress. You guys are like, I'm gonna straighten my hair.
how
Like,
long does it take
man
you to
up.
get into a yellow dress? You know? how long does it take you to wear a dress?
Pox, you're straightening your hair.
I bet you that dress doesn't take more than 2 hours to get into.
So much smack talk.
Whatever, dude. Whatever.
Oh man.
Mano's making a forehead emote now too, by the way, with his one of his sub icons. Because now he has a clean shaven face, he can make the forehead emote.
Oh, that's true. That's,
How do you feel?
The Boy Puddle. Yeah.
How do you feel that Tornado Shot scales up towards Split Arrow? What's the difference? Main difference you feel?
I honestly feel like it's better than Split Arrow now. Split Arrow is easy to use and you can off-screen with it, which is pretty nice. So I'd say that Split Arrow is like a bit more reliable at times, and you can do that off-screening with it. But I feel like overall Tornado Shot's stronger. Just the sheer number of projectiles you put out, the ability to shotgun. You get that single target damage when there is that rare mob coming at you, and when you've got King of the Hill with the crit knockbacks, just like nothing gets to you because you're hitting it with like 4 or 5 arrows each shot, and the knockbacks just goes. Combine that with Puncture or something, it feels really strong. Yeah, I feel like a lot of people are sort of starting to feel it stronger than Split, but I think a lot of the time it's going to be a playstyle preference thing. Some people prefer Split just because of the feeling of it. Some people prefer Tornado Shot. The grouping of Tornado Shot can be a bit awkward, certainly, and with less multiple projectiles, it's a bit more difficult to use than Split. But once you put GMP on it, it becomes easy enough to use, I feel, and it's still really strong. So I don't know. Has anyone else have you guys seen it in action?
I just watched your stream and a little bit of Garatha, and it seems good.
Yeah, I know Garatha was
So-
doing pretty well with it too.
Do you use puncture on trap with your character?
No, I just use self-shot puncture. I've built my character around Pierce, so I can just fire one
What
puncture
the
through
hell?
like a pack of Beyond mobs, like
Hold
one-shot
on.
puncture all of them. And then just switch over to the GMP Tornado
Oh,
Shot, which does lots
no.
of knockback and stuff.
The freaking thing screwed up. I screwed up, guys. Fail.
You're probably kicking
did
kicking
you-
the ass out of the Beyond bosses then. It's super easy for you, I
All
imagine.
right.
Yeah, bosses in general are pretty cruisy on like a puncture build. You can just puncture them
Yeah.
kind of off-screen, like off-screen one-shots. That's good.
I was like,
I love playing
I think
Exile Hunter.
I think I could have equipped like a Chinsaw and like all the gems for puncture with my Raging Spirits character and killed Abexoth. Like it would be so strong.
Probably
I ended
would've
up
been
just-
easier.
Yeah.
Picnic.
Crit puncture has just ridiculous, like the damage it does is just so insane, which is crazy.
No,
like even
stop
the
talking
off-screen
about
stuff,
it. I don't want them to nerf it, please.
Puncture's
Yeah,
always
it's
been
so
good.
too.
Yeah.
GG, if you're listening, it's time.
no, no, I'm having so much fun with puncture. Probably the most fun I've ever had in Path of Exile with this character.
It's also like
puncturing exiles. Ugh,
it's also
Freaking
one of
there
the
we
only
go.
gems that whose damage actually scales from a gem like increased duration. Like every support you put on it just makes it like really, really strong.
My-
yeah, there are a lot of good choices for it.
My biggest beef with Tornado Shot are those damn mobs that spawn with it. The
Oh man, they hurt.
they hurt so bad. If they hit you just right,
Oh, yeah.
you're dead. You're dead. It's a one shot.
Who got like
Well, yeah.
1 or 2 shot by them just recently on Reddit? I saw.
Yeah, angry AA
Oh,
got
yeah,
obliterated by
yeah,
them.
Yeah. He just like that death was like whoa. I'm like whoa, man, that shouldn't have happened. That's
But
like
what was his
something crazy
armor?
there.
and
Yeah.
Block chance and
Yeah,
Did he have
you
any?
don't know that sort of thing in the end.
Yeah, I don't know.
what he's set
I know
up
he
as
just had
It's
like 5.5k effective life. I don't know if he had any endurance charges or armor going or block chance though.
and it was a 77 map with substantial fizz.
Mm.
I don't
think
think
it's
he would have
extra.
had.
I don't know if it was sub,
Okay.
but still, there was something on the mob though. The mob had an augmented mob, the damage.
Okay.
Alright.
What the fuck?
Oh
Well-
god.
So he did it? He got 200 subs?
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
I'm sorry, everybody. I had to.
I wasn't
feel like I
watching the
missed
streams.
something.
I was waiting. You guys are all
Probably
like
getting
in
into
deep
it.
discussion, and Manos' face is, like full on forehead.
Oh, that's good.
Oh man.
Oh man.
How did you guys feel about the invasion mechanic going to the core game in general? Like, like the bosses, I don't like. I think we already talked about it a bit, but just the general like finding mobs out of their zone in every other zone. So basically getting, like leapers or rowers in every zone, and devourers in every single zone. How do you guys feel about
Devourers, man?
that? I'm surprised it made it into the core game. Honestly, I didn't think it would.
Yeah, at least at this level, like it happens all the time, and it kind of takes away from the, you look forward to getting to ledge and just having the easy mobs and getting into Fall Shrine and just having those same mobs as you expect to be there, making your farm easier. Like if you're squishy, you want to have at least one zone you can go to at any time. So having it random, I don't know. It's not too bad, but I miss it. I miss the old days.
Yeah, me too.
Well, all I know is I have not seen a Devour pop up on Ledge yet, so I'm still pretty happy. The day a Devour pops up in Ledge, I may change my opinions, but I think it's okay. But definitely, as Willie said, like having a comfort zone for you is definitely a really strong point that the game used to have, and it's a little harder to have before because I think I have seen a Roa in pretty much every zone, and just a Roa that can roll powerful crits could, with substantial physical, could easily stun lock you into a deathlock from Roa charges. But in the end, I kind of like it. It kind of makes the game a bit more interesting that you never know really what's around the corner, especially when you run like little narrow corridors of caves and stuff when you have the reduced light radius. You never really know what's around that corner.
It's something to be said though. Like the Devourers, everyone that's been the biggest QQ. But you think about like Chamber of Sins, Those mob, all right, the summoners in there, they put conductivity on you. Then they put the lightning warp mobs, and you could get like 5 to all lightning warp on you at once if you're not moving, and it's kind of crazy, like the synergy they added to those zones. You know, something you don't think about. But at the same time, any mob, I think, except for Devourers inside of on the way up to Dominus, I'm okay with. You know, like, oh, spiders, oh, this is relieving instead of just the freaking
Yeah, it
leapers.
can be nice too. Make it easier.
Yeah,
That's true.
it can be, depending on what spawns. I think overall, though, I've seen a few people mention this idea of zones losing their identity, and I think that's my major issue with it. Is that before each zone was very carefully handcrafted by the devs in what challenges you faced, and you knew what you had to prepare for. You're like, all right, I need to stack fire resist for this zone. I also need to bring a staunching flask for those nasty puncture snakes. You have this idea of the challenges you're going to face, and like it's all very strongly themed. I feel like this kind of undoes all their hard work. So I don't know. As I said, I'm very surprised the mechanic made it into the game. I kind of hope this is like the only thing the devs have ever done, and I hope they revert it and they just change their mind because I
Would you be
honestly
okay
prefer
with
the
them
game
just lowering it,
a lot more.
the spawn rate?
Lowering it. Maybe if it was like there was one pack that would occur in a zone every now and then that was
like
sort of like from a
pack.
neighboring zone. So I like the idea of neighboring zones. Like it's it's understandable something might come from the adjacent map, and then you might have like a pack of 8 mobs or something. I wouldn't mind that. Yeah.
Hey, Green
That'd be a
Dude,
good idea.
what is your take on the whole invasion thing now?
Well, like I kind of agree with Ziggy. Like, for example, I was farming Merciless Ledge, and then I by accident I just kept going when I got to Rocky, even though I had plans on farming Ledge. And as I was going through Rocky, I realized, wait a second, what's the difference between Ledge and Rocky now? Both zones are pretty much similar, and the mobs are just completely random. If anything, I feel like Rocky was actually easier, and it was 1 eye level higher, so I was getting better XP. And I was like, I don't know, like I can understand some people say, well, maybe I don't want to farm Ledge all day. That's fair enough, but when Rocky is actually better than Ledge, I don't know, something just doesn't feel right about it.
Someone in chat also mentioned the invasion mechanic ruins my unique idea, and it does. So I maybe have
What's
a
your
little
unique
bit of
idea?
vested personal interest in this. One mechanic of my unique is that it has the idea of resistance swapping. So you know how while you're leveling, you'll put on 2 lightning resist rings, and then you'll go to Maveli, put on 2 cold resist rings. That idea of resistance ring swapping. So it has an unset. It's an unset ring. It's low level, so you can get it from before Mavale. And it has minus all resist on it by a pretty significant amount. And then when you put a colored gem in it, so if you put a blue gem in it, you get a lot of cold resist, enough to cap you. So the idea is you're like, this is a fire zone. I put my fire version, put the fire gem in there and have like cap fire resist. But you got to be careful of anything lightning and cold. With the invasion mob sort of mixing everything up a bit, kind of ruins that idea a little bit.
Sounds like you got to put a portal gem in and gain all res max. Yeah.
No, I don't want to do anything with the stupid portal gem.
Yeah, come on, Ziggy, make it.
Everyone keeps suggesting it.
Yes.
I don't want to. I don't wanna. Especially because another mechanic on the ring is gems in this item have elemental equilibrium. That's like the main feature of the ring. But that would be boring with portal. You can't elemental equilibrium things with portal.
You sure about that?
Portal traps.
When stepping out of this portal, 1 random effect is applied to you.
Oh god. Freeze.
Portal traps were so much fun when we used to do like Merville Magic Find runs back when we were little and didn't do Chaos Recipe. And oh man, it was so much fun. Loved it.
Just having a little bit of fun with the pre-show, guys. Don't mind me.
Oh yeah, the old school chaos recipe. Oh man, that was OP.
Oh man.
Just any item level.
Any level? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember hillock farming and stuff for the chaos recipe. Like
Yeah.
normal hillock farming. Wait, no.
Normal
cruel hillock
Mervale.
farming. Yeah, normal mobile runs.
Yeah.
I remember that. That was a good change. And the do you guys remember what was it when we used to have the there was an add-on for browser where it would search your tabs and everything and tell you when you had that other recipe available? I can't remember what the recipe
Alps?
was, but it was pretty OP.
Oh,
Yeah,
it was
two
Yeah, I think it was
same
the
name.
Brownsman.
two items of the same name.
Yeah, I think
now
it
it's
might
like
have
3
been that one.
items,
They
I
removed that.
think. And they've added a lot more variations for names, so it's not worth
Yeah.
it anymore.
It used to be much
Morris used to do
easier
this.
because-
What, the elk recipe?
No.
Yeah.
If you have 2 items of the exact same name, they would give you a reward. But back in the day, there wasn't a lot of prefixes and suffixes
Yeah.
for the rares, so you could get
Names.
really rich if you had a program to tell you when you had 2 of the same name.
Yeah,
So
there was that browser
people would
add-on
just buy
everyone
like
used.
10 rares for like an elk, and they would just fill up their stash and use like procurement to just find all the combinations and just go to the vendor with them, get an elk back.
Oh,
This is super
nostalgia tripping. It reminds me of currency rewards from races too. Actually, these two.
I
That was
miss
also a
those.
thing. You miss
That's
it?
Yeah, I liked it.
That was like the most effective way to make currency in PoE
Yeah.
at the time. Then
Racing.
was racing. Just because like it was like 10, you get like 10 random items of currency. It's like, oh, 10 exalts, GG.
Oh yeah, that's right. I remember that now. That's right. The random rewards. Very true. Oh, I miss old granite flasks for 10,000 armor.
God.
I
Old
love that.
granites, man.
Not OP at all.
And they nerfed it to 5k, which was still insane.
Wait, did they? Wasn't it straight to 3?
No.
It was
I thought
5.
it was
Okay.
4.
Was it 4?
I thought it got nerfed twice. Yeah, I thought it got nerfed twice, didn't it?
I wish Jade Flask you can use more than once. I don't care if they last a second longer.
I think we should go back to our old granite flasks. So that when we iron skin it, it's 20k armor on any class.
I'll just be able
Any
to run
build.
Granite Flask on my evasion dodge character then.
Yeah.
It'll still be worth
Yeah,
it.
you go freaking acrobatics and have 50% mitigation.
Yeah.
The old school dual totem spark, self cast spark with no crit chance, all crit multiplier, and diamond flasks. That was the shit.
Yeah.
Diamond Flask, Surgeon Diamond
Yeah,
Flasks.
shit.
5 surgeons diamond
Yeah.
flasks. Yeah. Oh, the nostalgia tripping. So good.
Can we
Oh,
make
man,
like
I actually want to make a character with that new what's the scythe? How do you pronounce it? The Reaper
the level up?
staff. Yeah, where you get charges when you kill stuff or get a crit.
The harvest.
So it
It's
gives you
called
charges
harvest.
to your surgeon flask. It seems
Mhm.
really cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we mentioned in the last pre-show it has potential for that. I wonder if anyone's made any builds with that.
Some-
have you guys like
Did you have
seen
any,
much use out
build
of the uniques at all? What was that?
Dude, Apep's
Did you have
Rage.
any build suggestions for it in the last podcast?
Oh, I can't remember
No.
what we talked about with it.
Mm.
But just that idea of having surgeon's flasks was definitely one we talked about.
Yeah, you run Surgeons and Diamonds with it. That we did talk about. Apep's Rage,
Yeah.
though. Somebody showed me it, and I was like, what the hell would I use this with? And of course, I'm on this Incinerate kick right now. Now, Apep's Rage, you get flat chaos damage, but it increases before mana multipliers how much mana your spells cost by quite a bit. Now, Incinerate is a
Oh.
very low mana cost, and you keep it at level 1. Dual wield Apep's Rages, run added chaos, and then you use the new, I call it Cherry Bum, the Cherubrum's chest that gives you life leech rate and chaos damage. Oh, man. And then you run quality life leech with the new Varici enchant, which is life leech rate. You can have a Vow Pact, nearly a Vow Pact life leech, all chaos damage. And Ziggy, this should be something you're interested in. I mean,
Vol pact?
I'm actually, I think this is pretty cool. I like this idea.
And
That
you-
sounds pretty legit.
and get Dark Arts. Get Dark Arts. Scale it with spell damage, projectile speed, chaos damage. Or I mean projectile damage. And then Dark Arts is
How's
the
it
dual
working out
wielding
for you so
casting.
far?
I haven't done it yet. It's 62 you can do it.
Okay. Yep.
But-
I'll be
would
tuning in
cast
to
on
see how
life?
that goes.
What's up, Willie?
Would you be able to sustain it on mana?
Yeah, well, you keep inserting rank 1.
Okay.
And then you just throw in all your modifiers on top of that. And you'll be good to go. 'Cause it's just pure chaos damage.
Cool. Would that be enough?
Should
You
be.
would have
Well,
to dual wield it.
You dual
Yeah.
wield Apeps, and then you run added chaos, and then Cherubrum's whatever chest gives you 20% chaos damage and life leech
Yeah.
rate. Then quality life leech is life leech rate, and then the new Varici enchant is life leech. And if your mana cost is really suffering, you can use the Elrond and minus flat mana cost. Right now,
Also, there's
Almost make it for free.
yep.
Yeah, there's also the crazy cast speed you're getting to with dual wielding them.
Oh, yeah.
That's another thing.
You get 30% increased cast speed with each one. I want to see this build. I'm not rich enough to make this build. I think it would be insane.
How much does the wand cost?
The wand is about an exalt right now and beyond.
Hmm.
The chest is less than an exalt.
That's
Really?
not that bad.
It's like
I've actually
chunking.
played
Okay, Pox.
mostly. I just played mostly Southbound this league. It's been really enjoyable with the Masters. I just
Yeah.
played through the game, and if I absolutely need something, I usually have, like a little bit of currency laying around. I just buy it and add the stats I need, and it's been, I haven't even set up a trade shop. It's no need for it. I did find a lightning coil though. That helped, but
When will that
I think
item
this is
stop
the
being
best.
FOTM? So good.
When will lightning coil not be useful? And they give us some other options to mitigate fizz, I guess.
It's all about endurance charges.
And
That's how you
that's
need
true.
your life.
Endurance charges are underappreciated. They are
Endurance charge and
underappreciated.
shockwave totems is how you mitigate physical damage.
It's just hard
Hey,
to build
don't
endurance
forget-
charges on a ranger.
There's also Cloak of Flame.
Cook a flame.
Yeah, I mean,
20% fizz damage into fire.
Nice.
There you go. Poor man's lightning
Think
coil.
so.
Use it with Rise of the Phoenix, get that max fire resist. Oh,
What's
okay.
Does it reduce your fire resist or anything?
No,
Cloak.
doesn't have a
has
downside
some
other than
penalty,
it's
doesn't it?
pretty bad.
Yeah,
No
that's
downside,
the
it's just
downside.
bad. Yeah.
100% increased spell
Downside.
damage is like insane mana regen or blood magic.
there's no HP.
Yeah. 50% increased ignite duration. That's pretty nice.
But you think about it, like in this state of game, like
Trying to-
I'm actually thinking about it now, Green.
Are you really trying to make something out of a shitty item like
No.
you think about items like that though, like everyone wants increased duration on Viper Strike. It's like you don't need it. 7 seconds is long enough. It doesn't.
It's too much.
Yeah. It's only 25% per second, and reduced duration just reduces the duration, doesn't increase the damage. So I think you should just run Viper as is, or things like Ignite. If you hit hard enough, your Ignite should kill them within 4 seconds, if not quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
actually
but
quite
you bring it-
disappointed with Viper.
You bring it though to things like discharge, where your goal is to one-shot the pack, and say your damage is not up there. So ignite duration for discharge, I feel like would not be too bad, since your goal is to just and then hope everything dies.
Hmm.
I
I'm the
think it
only
could
one
be
who
okay.
misses the old Viper Strike.
I
Yeah.
do. Oh my god, I played
Anyways.
the hell out of it.
Yeah, because it was the only one that was like a unique melee gem, and it also
You could
scaled
give-
off of +1 gem levels, which is the only
Mhm.
thing. I don't know. I kind of miss it.
I miss it on the mobs. I don't like the new Viper Strike on mobs. It's very scary.
That's true
It
too.
is scary, isn't it?
Yeah, I've gotten hit for like 7k combined damage from an overtime Viper Strike on a blue mob before. So
Shit.
with no damage mods, he's just like, let me just slap you in the face.
Old Viper, man. I had a level 27 Viper, and all I needed was that. I got everything I
dead?
needed, but the Val Orb on the Viper Strike, and no one had level 20 Vipers because no one played it in PvE.
Yeah.
And I corrupted 11 of them and didn't get it for the level 28.
Ouch.
I wanted to see the damage, and then they changed it. Rest in pepperoni.
But how was the character though?
Oh,
Back then?
in PvP I ran Death's Oath with it, and I would just one Viper, or I would just dance around with Death's Oath, and they just melt. Like the damage
A lot of
was
people-
insane with Viper at level 27.
At level 27.
Sapper Gandhi has a question for us, Green Dude. You have focused on low level PvP. What about high level? Are high level builds too strong? Would any one build dominate? You just did a tournament last night, didn't you?
How'd I
What's
go?
the
I kept it on the
How was
download,
that?
but we did a tournament for high level PvP yesterday. Off stream, no shoutcasting. Just the idea was just to see if there's if it's any fun to watch high level PvP, or if it's as unbalanced as a lot of people think it is. So I gave it a shot and recorded it. It's going to be on YouTube though. To my surprise, it was really entertaining, and it has its own balance. And it was people should really get hyped about high level PvP as well. It's not perfect, but these guys have such outstanding gear that it has its own like balance now. Like I don't know how to explain it. It was just pretty entertaining, and I think the VODs are going to speak for themselves. I actually already have one uploaded, so yeah.
So there is that own meta. Do you think it has enough potential for sort of like a bit of a longer term viewing, running regular tournaments or something?
Yeah, I'm confident that we can this time around do something more official for them, like stream it and broadcast it and stuff. It's really good. I was just worried that I wouldn't know enough about high level PvP to do proper commentating as well. So we'll have to see about that. But
What was
Did you
the
commentate
clear-cut
those?
winner? Oh, sorry. Good answer, Ziggy's.
I was just wondering whether you commentated the practice sort of tournament you did or the trial tournament.
no. It's just the in-game audio, nothing else. Pure just
Okay.
VODs. Yeah.
That's all right. I mean, it's trial and error, so I'm glad it worked out well. What was the clear-cut, like, the most OP or most viable? The words we always see all the damn time.
Well, the thing is, remember that 1.2 just came out, so a lot of these guys had their builds either like completely changed or destroyed or buffed. So like they haven't had a lot of time. But one thing that really came off strong right away, and it's gonna maybe affect the meta, is EK. The way EK changed, it seems like it's really strong, and you can easily swap out like EK for freeze balls or some kind of combination like that just to keep people's gear in check. So that was really strong. So I can imagine in team fights, those builds are even better. So yeah.
Well,
Interesting.
I did not expect that. Ziggy, are you smiling over there? Did you hear what spec was really good?
Yeah. No, I'm really glad with like how much popularity EK has gotten and how strong it is at the moment, and it feels fun to play. I haven't really played much EK since then because I've been all about tornado shot, but I like the way it's gone. I like EK's return to power. I remember ages back EK was just like super popular. It was kind of more in the like Iron Will spellcasting days when that was like super meta. I think EK was really popular back then. And then it dropped off a lot, but it certainly came back now. Zeno, apparently your audio is really loud, and I noticed this in the last one actually compared to ours. So you could turn your mic down and people can turn the stream volume up maybe? Or you could turn us up somehow.
Sound
Just to
check.
balance it a bit better.
Sound check. I turned you
Yeah,
up,
let us know in
turned
the
me
chat,
down.
guys. Alright, sounds good. Let us know in the chat, guys, how the audio balance is. This is what the pod should pre-show is for.
Z learned about
Yeah,
the
you-
shockwave totem, first-hand experience in PvP.
No,
Shockwave totem.
yes. Shockwave totem. Oh god, it's so OP.
This
it's
is
such a
hilarious.
struggle just to even get you to shoot you, just to even get on the same screen. Oh man.
It's a really
And then
strong spec.
it's so desyncy as well. You'll like run away and off like 2 screens away, but then you find out, oh, I'm actually in between the 2 shockwave totems, and it's actually just doing that little pinning me in the spot thing. But yeah, no, that's I wonder if that will have any actual legit potential in PvP from the actual tournaments. Do you see any shockwave action, Green Dude?
Don't want to disappoint you, but I don't see it working out.
No, I think it's pretty
This
good.
is
It just has. Go on.
I was just
I've
saying
seen
this
some
is
crazy
the
stuff.
casual PvP.
Oh, okay, yeah, fair enough.
Won't you just be able
I've
to
seen-
kill the totems up too fast?
Yeah.
No, I
Like
mean,
before they get to
I don't
do
know.
anything?
My totems are pretty tanky. They're more. They have like this quality shockwave totem is 60% life. So it's
Yeah,
I don't know.
but-
It really depends on your cast speed versus them.
Yeah, but a totem doesn't compare to someone who's wearing like mirrored gear.
Right, but
Yeah.
what?
Yeah, that's
It-
true.
I don't know, man. I don't know. If you go crit shockwave totem, you might like one-shot somebody. That's what I used to bring my trappers over to standard. They were one-shotting people. I'm not saying it's top tier, but I mean it's just a really funny spec. It gets hard
Yeah.
countered by like arc that just insta kills the totem, or summon raging spirit because it doesn't activate, and the summon raging spirit just walks by the totem and hits you. So there's a bunch of funny stuff with it. But in like Sarn Arena, you stand right there, king of the hill, and you just put one totem on each side and bear traps on the opposite. It's a funny spec, let me tell you.
I wonder how it plays out in Capture the Flag if you put the totems on the flag. How does the person get the flag?
Just have a couple of shockwave totem guys protect the flag.
Combs
Genius.
boots, right? Don't prevent knockback.
Oh
I think?
yeah,
Yeah, there we
Remember,
go.
yeah.
There we go.
Oh
counter.
man, I'll tell you, when I was PvPing in Sarn Arena, like the last 2 weeks, that's all I was doing. I was playing a Cold Snapper with 6-link Carcass, Conk Effect, and I was trucking. But the clear-cut winner was either puncture traps, or heavy strike. Like this dude running haste, insane amount of freaking he had RT, tons of sword attack speed. He just run up, poof, 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 poof. You just get knocked back a million times and die.
What was your character?
I was Viper Strike, Death's Oath, Puncture swap.
Yeah, and if the heavy strike guy has like increased weapon range, you don't
I
have
couldn't
enough
even hit
range
him.
to hit him back.
Yeah, it was,
yeah.
the only way I could beat him was he was like minus 20 chaos, so I just like dance around him with a vulnerability because my Death's Oath would kill him. But I had to really try. Death's Oath is so stupid in PvP. If anyone does have chaos res, they just die like instantly.
Well, with Death Oath, what you can actually do is put it on
filter.
your anime guardian. So, yeah, you get the benefits without the
You
downside.
don't lose it. Because if I kill it, you keep the gear that has, doesn't it, in PvP? Doesn't count as it actually
yeah,
going.
right. It respawns every round, once a round.
Wow, that's
Yep.
pretty good.
Siggy,
That does seem
or
pretty handy.
Green Dude, you both talk with GGG over Skype, I know. Have you asked them anything about Cutthroat and when we might be able to see that in the future? Because I'm so eager to play some Cutthroat. I don't know if you have any inside information.
It's like I have talked to him about it a while back. It seems like it's in development hell. I don't know if you know about development hell. It's like just when it's like, what do we do with this? How do we make this work? Like, it's just kind of going back and forth, trying different things, but never really kind of finding anything. I think they just don't have like a way of. I don't know why. Maybe I'll ask them again about it soon because I feel like there's been some good answers thrown around to it, like the long-term viability of it, like making it so you can only invade people's instances if they're within a few levels of you and have like a scaling level sort of check between characters. I feel like that's like a pretty good answer.
Seems obvious. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know if there's any problems with that. Have they tested that internally, or yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on with it. But on the same token, where's the race season?
Yeah. Everyone's wondering when that race
Wow.
season's coming out. No announcements, no, hey, we're almost done with this.
Yeah.
It seems like they're trying to also, like in the last 2 seasons, it seems like they've been trying to reduce the amount of time that the start date and the finish date have been squished together closer and closer, and trying to just fill in more events instead. I don't know why they're doing that. They've also reduced the amount of events in one of the seasons. Like, I don't know what they're trying to do, why they're trying to reduce it in duration. Maybe because now that the leagues are 3 months and they have to spend time on making the alternate art gear, maybe they felt their schedule would be too tight, so they'd try to shorten the season. And I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea.
Something I
Well,
want to.
we're-
Oh, go ahead, Willie.
Yeah, we're busy with like the new 3-month leagues, so maybe they see it as an opportunity to work on other stuff and just delay the race season a little bit later into the 3-month or near the end, maybe. You were saying?
So Ziggy, I asked Chris Wilson a question about the script and Greenlight. He even gave me something to say. The potion script.
Oh, okay.
So
Yep.
we can go fully discuss it. And Green Dude,
All right, cool.
it's cool. You can Green
I
Dude,
get
get
you
on
now.
your soapbox. I want you to smack around
that
some
script.
bitches.
That's script.
Yeah, there won't be witch hunting, but maybe a few slaps on the wrist here and there.
I'll slap my thigh instead.
Sounds good.
Every time Green Dude
Yeah,
does a sick
Fox
burn.
dildo.
Oh, jeez. I did pull up the Q&A doc as well, by the way, guys. If
Oh,
you,
yeah.
I'll give you a
Can
link
link that?
in the
Yeah, I
Skype
always
chat for you.
Google Drive is too
There you go.
complicated. That's it.
There
There
you
it
go.
is. I put one question there so far.
Nice.
I need
Someone-
access.
We can do this question
need
now,
to
but
request
Q&A
access.
beforehand. Do you guys think it would be possible to bring back... I didn't catch who asked this one, but bring back phase run with so many movement options in the game, or would it still be too good, making everything else obsolete? So, phase run, what do you guys reckon?
I think is phase run based off.
Oops.
It gives you bonus damage on next attack. Is that how it works?
Melee.
Next
attack.
melee.
Used to,
attack.
yeah. Melee.
Melee. See, I think it's good and bad in a way because you know a lot of people, for example, puncture people try to off screen and whatnot. I think phase run might bring in, like, for bosses at least, that most melees don't want to do. They could have like this phase run drive-by slap, hope for a crit with bonus damage on that hit, and then just like run out, try to get flask up again, come through, drive-by slap. I think I don't know.
You
Yeah.
ready for this? The
That's
Ignite Proliferation, Shield
I've seen
Charge, Phase Run.
Yep.
Phase Run,
I think
Shield
it'd
Charge,
be
and
too
boom! Herald of Ash, all that goodness now.
In the current proliferate meta, I think phase run in its old state would be way too OP.
Yep.
With the burst damage on the single hit.
You wear that one
That's
shield
exactly
that...
how people would use it.
What's that one shield that... Chernobogs or whatever, that would give you...
Chernobog's Pillar.
Yeah, you'd wear that with Avatar Fire or something. No, you wouldn't have 100%, but you still can run Added Fire, still can run Herald of Ash, and then you just slam them right in the face, proliferate that Ignite.
Just have a double damage hit, yeah.
Because when you're at max range, it's what, 240% or more with a shield charge? It's like an insane modifier. Please, Pox.
I wish they
please.
would have made shield charge take the damage from the shield somehow instead, like in Diablo 2. Now you need a really great weapon because it's based on the weapon with shield charge. It would be neat if it went on the shield instead.
It would be neat. Someone suggested making phase run a Val gem. I wouldn't have a problem with being a Val gem if it was something you could use every now and then. Like, the idea is they're supposed to be powerful. I don't know if they'd do a Val gem if there's not a normal version of it, but I could see it working as a Val gem. Kind of seems like that to me. It suits that role.
That's fair enough.
But I
terms of the
imagine it
damage
would
side of things.
end up being something everyone would use if they just brought back the old face run.
Yeah.
Everyone would run it.
That was
Yeah.
the problem with it in the first place, wasn't it?
Yeah, I missed it so much.
Freaking phase run. What other like interesting things were coming out? Like Return Projectiles gem, right? Was that one?
Jam?
It was in like the works of being made. You can look it up, like
Okay.
all the old ones.
Can't you
With the
add it
mod?
with one of the masters?
Right, but it was
Yeah.
for everything. Like
Yeah,
imagine
it's not
freeze
that good.
pulse. Whoosh, whoosh. Oh,
yeah, but
man.
doesn't it only return if you don't hit something?
Oh,
Not with
that could be
Pierce, I don't
interesting,
think. I think with Pierce it still returns.
Oh yeah, with Pierce it would work, yeah.
So that's why that Tora
Freeze
mod
balls.
that would be amazing with freeze pulse.
I'm pretty sure it was like an attack, no?
Oh yeah.
Like it didn't work on spells?
Well,
That's
it was
what
like
it
some
has
gem in
currently,
development
yeah.
that never got released. But I know like the new mod that Tor does, like the Ice Shot Pierce meta right now, like that mod with Ice Shot Pierce. You pierce through everything and then it comes right back and oh my god.
Yeah,
I can't remember
shot
the
Pierce
specifics of it,
kills
but someone did a rundown of the mechanics of how it works, and it seemed pretty bad.
Oh really?
Like it seemed pretty niche. So I don't know. It's going to be hard to justify a prefix for it unless it's like a very specific build that can take advantage of it. Then you can just chuck it on your split builds or anything.
Is it a
seems-
prefix or is it a suffix?
I'm pretty sure it's a
Prefix.
prefix, isn't it? Aren't they prefixes?
Every-
Yeah.
Yeah, every master thing is like prefix, like Elrond's, whatever.
You have to
whatever.
sack the hybrid for it,
Yep.
Not
which is a
worth
pretty
Which
big.
is fine.
Yeah.
I think it's arguably fine because it's really rare that you'll have all three fizz mods. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Mm.
Then again, I've got a bow at the moment that's a tyrannical roll and perfect flat fizz, but no hybrid. It's got like lightning on it or something, and like it's decent bow at the moment, but in a month's time or 2 months' time, I'd want to be getting a much better bow than that. So if that
Yeah,
had return
for sure.
projectiles on it, I don't know if that'd cut it down the line.
That's true. Yeah. I think it's more of a leveling tool, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
But it's not.
I think it's just
not
a
that
niche
great.
thing for certain builds. Yeah, it doesn't seem that great. I was like, when I first read it, I was like, if this works like I imagine, this is insane. It's like, how did they
Yeah.
put this in the game? But it seems okay.
All right. It's time, guys. It's already that time. The
Alright.
hype. Before I close out, I just want to do this real quick again. All right. That's beautiful. You guys can't see it. You'll see it soon. Just everyone look up and do a forehead right now. That's beautiful. All right. We'll be back in about a minute, everybody. Hang tight. Don't go nowhere. The actual podcast is about to start. Yeah. Wow. Wake
Oh,
up, Puck.
jeez.
Wake up.
Oh, that was just